One, two, three, go. This is D.I.V.A with a captain's vlog in my hands. I have a new crochet project going about. It's a snood. I am following a Little John's yarns pattern to create this snood for my bun. Hold on, my yarn is doing something. Okay, some threads in my yarn got stuck together. I'm using the outside pull. I'm using some, I'm working with some baby bee, and it's Sweet Delight carrots. Oh no, that's the color. Carrots, oh no, is the color that I'm working with. Um, to create this snood for my ponytail I've been laying on, utilizing for a pillow. Um, so I'm going to create this snood to bun it up so that it's all snuggly wuggly, and when I go to pick up my head, all of it picks up together. Because my hair has a bit of hang time these days. Yay! Also, did I? Oh yeah, I finished reading the book. The other book. I was reading The Color of Water while I was crocheting. Um, and I almost cried. I almost cried. I may have shed a tear. Um, when it was a couple of times. The mom was talking about her past and her mom and what her mom was going through, and um yeah, when um that was almost that was had to breathe, had to deep breathe. I was debating. I was like, to to cry or not to cry. That is the question. I mean, it it is cryable. Like, I was like, okay, do I cry? Do I not cry? Um, and then um, James, the son, he when he was went back to his mom's hometown, and uh, was referring back to his conversation with someone. Um, um, Somewhere in between those pages, I got a little like, I went up to the tear duct door and I almost knocked on it. I almost knocked up on the tear duct door. Uh, so I am like maybe 80 something, 80 something percent into the book. Um, when he went back to the hometown and he said he was near the cemetery, I was like, oh, he close to to her friend house, but maybe not necessarily so close, but uh at this point he hadn't met up with her friend, and then he done waited 10 years later to go back. So I'm looking forward to him meeting up with her friend. um I don't know what if he's going to or not. Okay, so I am going to attempt to continue this row while I'm on live streaming here. Yeah, so I was looking forward to him meeting a friend, her one of her good friends from her childhood. I was like, oh, okay. I was thinking that was the cemetery that they used to hang out at. He hadn't met her yet. He met somebody else and chatted it up with them. Uh oh. Rutro, hold on. Am I supposed to do this and this? Let me refer back to the pattern. Okay. Yeah, that was sad hearing and then it seemed I don't wanna it was a lot. It was a lot of past situations with the mom and her retelling it, and I had to give myself a break and stop reading it. Like it got to a point where I stopped my crochet to listen to read read it. Okay, maybe I did not do that right because I'm trying to talk. Yeah, what her mom went through was woof. What she went through, what her mom went through, how her family treated her. Oof. Oh, and she didn't tell her children because I guess she wanted to forget about it and do better, and she did. Her son James wanted to know more about their family and where she came from and things like that. So he would ask her year after year after year, and she finally uh, told him um, where she was from. Okay, let me check this pattern real quick. Real quick, like. Okay, nothing real quick like is happening. It done froze up on me. So I'm waiting for it to de-thaw. Let me see if I can move it along. Do I have to click on it? Let's see. Take one hand and then again. Oh, oh, yes. Ouch. Okay, it's de-thawed. All right. I got it now. I got it. Just making sure I got it. Okay. Okay. I got it. Making sure. All right. Made sure. Now yeah, go this way. So yeah, reading The Color of Water. Um, Enjoying my reading journey thus far. Books available. Love the fact that books are available, ready, available to me. Um, I'm enjoying more titles this year thanks to the bookshop resources there. Uh, the bookshop has a lot of titles ready and available um, right at uh, release dates. Right at release dates, there are book titles available. Um, even some books have ebooks, so you can get the books too sweet. You can download them immediately. Also, there's paperback books, um, hardcover books, special editions, painted edge books, book sets, and much, much more, courtesy of the bookshop. The door to the bookshop is courtesy of the QR code on your screen. There's also coffee shop where book titles are available along with some free coloring sheets. Coloring books are available in both locations. If you're looking for a coloring book, when you're looking for a coloring book, they are available in the bookshop and in the coffee shop. Also in the coffee shop, we have vocabulary quizzes and lists to further your reading experience. I am making a book date. I do enjoy incorporating my books. Uh, I, I like seeing them. I saw a bit of Tulum. Uh, and that was fun. That is so fun to actually see a actual place from a book. Like, yes, give us those travel plans. Like, let's plan some book travels. We're going to the to Tulum. Okay, they already said it's all good. Go over there, like have this fun trip. We had fun. I'm like, mm-hmm. Mm, wait, okay, one, two. Ah, one, two, one, two, one, two, three. So Captain's vlog today. One, two. I got to do a bit of jump roping today. Hip hip hooray. I did about a count of 100 Um, I actually jump rope with a jump rope. Took me a couple of tries to get going. Had to figure out the jump rope length ratio to my jumps, and once I configured that and calibrated that and adjusted the jump rope, I was able to jump rope. I did um, like about 20 jumps, took a break, did about 20 more, took a break, took about, jumped about 10 more times, so that equaled up to 50. Took another break and then did it all over again and did about 50 more. One, two, one, two. So today was a jump rope day. As far as physical fitness, like intentional physical fitness, that's all I did so far today. One, two, counting stitches. One, two. I put on I put on one of my favorite songs. I heard someone say make it fun, and I put on one of my favorite songs and jump rope. I attempted to jump rope through the whole song, um, as much as I could. Um, Maybe around the second, maybe the third or fourth time the song played, I was jump roping pretty well. Oh yeah, I heard make it fun. So that's how I chose to make it fun by putting on one of my favorite songs. And I attempted all a lot of the different jumping styles. I attempted the my go-to jumping style is like just okay, so off real automatic I I tend to do the double jump when I jump rope. Like I jump twice before I jump twice into like when the rope is rotating. I'll been done jump twice before the next jump. So I jump one time and then I bounce. Like it's a jump, but the rope hadn't come back around yet, so it's a bounce. It's a jump bounce, but it's both the same jump. So I that's my go-to. Um so I started off with that. I attempted to skip rope and change feet, like start off with the left or the right and vice versa, and attempt to skip rope like that. Um, then I attempted um, jump roping backwards, which I did get a couple of jumps in backwards. um, what else? And then I attempted to. Okay, so when I my go to is the double jump. I'm mostly on my. I noticed I was mostly on my toes, um, the balls of my feet when I jump, and then I went up to my toes. So I noticed that, and what I attempted to do was do like one jump instead of double jumping, and also I attempted to come down off of my toes and bring my heels to the ground when I jump instead of staying on my toes or the balls of my feet. So I did attempt to jump flat-footed to see how that uh, felt. And I did attempt to do a single jump to see how that felt. Um, one, two. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm counting my stitches. Yeah. 1, 2, 1. Come on. We're almost at the end of this row. There you be. Okay. 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Made it to the end of the row. I think I'm ready for the next row, but I need to refer back to the pattern. Let's see. All right, I can go on to the next row. Okay. Thinking I can complete this night so that I can begin to utilize it for my bun. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, two, one, two, two, one, two, one, two. Update. I haven't watched the reaction to Wicked yet. I'm just not ready. I don't think I'm ready. I ain't gonna be. I'm gonna watch. I might watch it at my own timeline. I don't. I may. I may watch it. I may not watch it. Two, one, two, one, two, one, to it took it it took me years to watch Frozen. Oh my goodness, cause I'm like, why? Why you couldn't at least talk to your sister? And she would have been good at building snowmans. Oh, why she didn't wear gloves? Ugh. 2 1 2 1 2 1. It took me years to watch Frozen. I didn't watch it when it first came out. I didn't watch all of it when it first came out. I saw pieces of it. If I did watch it, a piece of it. I think the most I did watch when it did come out was the 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 beginning part when they were younger. But yeah, no, it took me years before I watched that. 1 2 1 2 1 2 all the way through. 2 1 2 2 1 2 1 2 1. Okay, two. I'm like, you can't even talk to her. You can't wear gloves. Well, you want y'all? They ain't got no gloves. She could have made a snowman in the house. She didn't speak a mumbling word. 1 2. Girl, and she loved her sister. She loved her sister all the while. That was cool. I had started to watch Wicked the Real Story, and then I decided not to watch it. 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2. 1 2. One, two, one, two. One, two, one, two, two. My reading one, two. This year seems to be more emotional at the moment. The books that I'm reading are more emotional. It seems. I read a couple of books last year that were emotional. Like I might have could have counted on one hand the emotional books I read last year. I think it was just off the top of my head, it's uh Queen of Hearts was an emotional read for me. And Powerful. Powerful was an emotional read for me. Like so far, Powerful has been the most emotional read. Um, Reels come in a close second. Um, Reels added ended all right though. Um, Reels was emotional for me. I was what's the man Nathan? I forgot his name. And yeah, that book. But Powerful. I I would I, I may have cried reading Powerful. This year it seems like it's more books, more uh situations. It seems that way because I may be reading more than I did last year. I don't know. Um, like last year, I read historical books, a few historical books, a few reference books. At the moment, now I do have those books on my TBR. I do have them on my TBR. And I did mention, like, I may need to schedule my books because at the moment I got a lot of similar book situations going on, and I was thinking about like putting a reference book in the midst every now and again in between uh, these emotional books so that I can read those as well. Uh, that is why I'm in the different book clubs that I'm in to mix up my reading. I read uh, all kinds of books. I read all kinds of books. I read uh, so yeah, I'm doing my best to read different genres of books to uh, enjoy the many arts and writing style. All genre of books are available at the bookshop. You just go through the doors of the bookshop via the QR code. You can, depending on your settings, you can use your phone's camera. Um, some phones have a separate QR scanner. You can also use Lens on your Google search on your phone or tablet. There's a scan. Um, if you have your Google widget on your home screen, there's a that's a scan button on the side of the microphone. There's the G space, the microphone, and then the QR scan. And then there's a group of squares with your Google Translate, song search, weather, saved, news, and send feedback. click on it. It says Google Lens, Google, and then LENS. It has a camera and a circle. It says search with your camera. And it says to search with your, oh, okay, that's something else. Okay, you click on search with your camera. I clicked on the camera in the circle. To search with Google Lens, allow camera access. And it says go to settings. I click on go to settings, app info, permissions. Um, looking. Okay, there's camera. And it says camera access for this app. Allow only while using the app. Ask every time. That one is selected. And don't allow. So I do have ask every time selected, but it's not accepting that. It's like I didn't give it permission. Okay, so when I chose always, then it gave me permission. And then the scan comes up, and then you. What? What was that? Okay, I just scanned my own QR code. Oh, okay. Look at me. Okay. Okay, I just scanned my donation QR code to see what goes with that. Yeah. So okay, so I press the lens. Now I just um I'm scanning the book shop, and it says you probably, let's say it says tap shutter button to open website. I just click on the link that comes up. Now I'm in the bookshop. There is a 15% off. Get 15% off with code Love Booksellers. Love Booksellers. All one word. And in caps. Oh, hold on. That is for True Life. That's for a book. Okay. That's for a specific book. That code was for a specific book. Okay, here's a code. Get 20% off. Give the gift of reading. So there's several sales going on several different books. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I did create a Tabitha Brown bookshelf. It's under requested books, I think. Let's see. My bookshelf chronicles, all the books I read last year. Well, just hold on. Let me look. Let me take a gander at this bookshelf because I don't. I'm not seeing the last book I read on here. The last book I read of 2024 was The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. That was a good book. I enjoyed that book. Um, that book was very emotional. When she was about to cry, I was about to cry. When she was upset, I was upset. When she was happy, I was cheering her on. Like, yes, that book had all the emotions and was giving. Um, let's see. I said The Last Black Unicorn. I'm gonna look it up. The last. I think I did a review on it on on Fable. I'm not sure if I put that review on my blog. All right, so both uh okay, her book has her on the cover. Paperback. Okay, your choices available. The Last Black Unicorn is The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish is paperback. CD audio is not available at the moment. It's on back order. A CD audio book is amazing. That's on back order right now. An ebook is available. So you got the paperback, the CD audio, which is on back order, and you got the ebook available. When you get uh, the the audio book that I had, when you get the audio, it's narrated by Tiffany Haddish. It's read by Tiffany Haddish. So if you enjoy read alongs or story times, That's a cool option. Um, if you're great at narrating and hearing the person read while as you're reading in your voice, you got the paperback and you got the ebook. The ebook, you'll get it tooth sweet. The paperback, you'll get it through the mail. I just seen the latest. I just seen the latest um, Hunger Games book. Legendborn is available in the bookshop. Sunrise on the Sunrise on the Reaping is the new release. Hunger Games novel. It's available in the bookshop. hardback and ebook. Here's a book that's on my TBR, Parable of the Sower, and also on my TBR, Oathbound. Oathbound is a new release. I think this one just released earlier this month. Parable of the Sower. It has a book that comes before it. Um, I think it's Parable of the Sower is book 2, I think. I think the first book is called Parable of the Talents. Also, Parable of the Sower has what's it called? A is a novel comic, a graphic novel, a graphic, a graphic, a graphic novel comic. It has a comic book. So yeah, I might be reading that twice at least. uh, I'm gonna start with the Parable of the Talents though, since I learned that book comes before this, and then I saw what the book was about, and I'm like, hold on now, I might not want to read like her. Oh no, that's subject matter. Ooh, like what? How is this book gonna feel reading this book? Um, uh, Parable of the Talents. I think the sower too, and I think they both have movies as well. Okay, so you got Oathbound that just released this month. It's in the bookshop. Woodworks, Great Big Beautiful Life. Um, People's History of the United States. James. James is available in the bookshop. James is on my TBR. James is available in hardback and paperback and ebook. Let's see. Um, Let me look upon the description of this book if I can here. Description. #1 New York Times bestseller. National Book Award winner. A brilliant, action-packed reimagining of Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, both harrowing and darkly humorous. Told from the enslaved Jim's point of view. National Book Critics Circle Award. Finalists. One of the New York Times Book Reviews 10 Best Books of the Year. Shortlisted for the Booker Prize. Kirkus Prize winner in development as a feature film to be produced by Steve Spielberg. A Best Book of the Year. The New York Times Book Review, LA Times, The New Yorker, The Atlantic, The Economist, Time, and more. Genius. The Atlantic, a masterpiece that will help redefine one of the classics of American literature while also being a major achievement on its own. Chicago Tribune, a provocative, let's see if I can, okay, there we go. on its own, a provocative, enlightening literary work of art. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The Boston Globe, Everett's most thrilling novel, but also his most soulful. The New York Times. When the enslaved Jim overhears that he is about to be sold to a man in New Orleans, separated from his wife and daughter forever, he decides to hide on hide on nearby Jackson Island until he can formulate a plan. Meanwhile, Huck Finn has faked his own death to escape his violent father. Recently returned to town, as all readers of American literature know, thus begins the dangerous and transcendent journey to raft down the Mississippi River toward the elusive and too often unreliable promise of the free states and beyond. While many narratives set pieces of adventures of Huckleberry Finn remain in place, floods and storms stumbling across both unexpected death and unexpected treasures in the myriad stopping stopping points along the river's banks, encountering the scam artist posing as the Duke and Dolphin, Jim's agency, intelligence, and compassion are shown in a radically new light, bringing with the electrifying humor and lacerating observation that have made Everett a literary icon. Open date Oprah Daily, and one of the most decorated writers of our lifetime. James is destined to be a cornerstone of 21st century American literature. Woo. Okay, so let me, because I hear praises, let me go to the trees and see what the trees say. Because that's cool. That's cool. I felt all of that when I was reading the trees. Uh, okay, description. Shortlisted for the 2022 Booker Prize. Okay. Winner of the 2022 Annisfield Wolf Book Award. All right. Hold on. Let me move my crochet so I can get comfortable and read this description of the trees here. Let me. Okay. Um. It said winner of the 2022 Annisfield Annisfield Wolf Book Award. Finalist for the 2022 Penn Gene Stein Book Award. Finalist for the 2023 Dublin Literary Award. Long listed for the 2022 Penn Faulkner Award for fiction and uncanny literary thriller. I agree with that. Uh, addressing the painful. I agree with that. Legacy of lynching in the U.S. by the author of Telephone. Percival Everett. The Trees is a page turner. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. It's a page turner that opens with a series of brutal Murders in the rural town of Money, Mississippi, when a pair of detectives from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation arrive. They meet expect, expected resistance from the local sheriff, his deputy, the coroner, and a string of racist white townfolk. The Murders present a puzzle for at each crime scene there is a second dead body, that of a man who resembles Emmett Till. The detectives suspect that these are Killings of retribution, but soon discover that early similar murders are taking place all over the country. Something truly strange is afoot as the bodies pile up. The MBI detectives seek answers from a local root doctor who has been documenting every Lyncing in the country for years, uncovering a history that refuses to be buried. In this bold, provocative book, Everett takes direct aim at racism and police violence and does so in a fast paced, I agree with that, fast paced style that ensures the reader can't look away. The Trees is an enormously powerful novel of lasting importance from an author with his finger on America's pulse. Yeah, I I, I like how the people were commemorated, or I don't know. It felt like, yeah, in on the book cover, um, with the names of the people on the book cover. I feel like that's a commemoration of the people, and I like that. That's a great thing that someone thought to do, gave thought to do so, gave thought to put the names of the people on the book cover. If you like the story Snow White, available in the bookshop are several different adaptations of the story Snow White. There's also a book called Once Upon a World collection book set, Snow White, Cinderella, Rapunzel, The Princess and the Pea book set. There's also a book called Not Quite Snow White by Ashley Franklin. Also available is Snow White with a Twist by Elizabeth Caulfield Felt. Also, Snow White, a graphic novel. All right. I do have a couple of graphic novels on my TBR to read a graphic novel this year. All kinds of Snow White books to enjoy in the bookshop. Wicked King is available. Wicked Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West by Gregory Maguire. 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 Gregory Maguire. It's available in paperback and it's available in ebook. So plenty to choose from. Also, the Wicked um, um, updated book cover, Volume 1, and The Wicked Years by Gregory Maguire is available. And it's available in paperback. There's a book called I Am Elphaba, Universal Pictures Wicked by Mary Menkong. It's in hardback. The description is a New York's best time seller, Elphaba, stars in her first ever Little Golden Book based on Universal Pictures blockbuster film Wicked. This Little Golden Book celebrates everything that is special about Elphaba, a misunderstood green-skinned woman from Universal Pictures' smash hit Wicked. Glinda and the Wizard are also featured in gorgeous retro style illustrations that will delight children. Universal Pictures Wicked fans and collectors of all ages. Little Golden Books enjoy nearly 100% consumer recognition. They feature beloved classics hot listing, hot licenses, and new original stories, the classics of tomorrow. Also, there's a book called I Am Glinda from the Universal Pictures Wicked by Mary Mancong. It's in hard book and it's also a golden book, a little golden book. Also, volume 2 of Wicked, Son of a Witch, volume 2, that's available. So those are some great titles available at the bookshop. This month is National Women's Month. How are you celebrating being a woman? Let me know. How are you celebrating the women in your life? Let me know. I got my snooze started. That's on the go. It requires DK weight. I don't know if I'm working with DK weight, but I know DK weight is thinner than DK weight yarn is thinner than Worcester Worcester weight medium 4. So it felt like it was thinner than that. So I was like, okay, I think it's sufficient. Um, it's one of the yarns I was looking at to make a butterfly top with, um, because it seems like it's about that thin of a yarn like the cotton. It's a little thinner actually. Yeah, it's a wee little thinner. Yeah, it is. Not too much, but yeah, they're about the same size. And I'm using a 3.5. The pattern called for a 3.75. Since I was already crocheting with the 3.5, I'm continuing to crochet with the 3.5 for this one, for this pattern. Um, and I'm so ready to crochet with this golden yellow yarn. I almost made a snood with that, but because it's a 4-ply medium yarn, I may have had to use a 4-point-millimeter hook, crochet hook, and I would have had to, the pattern called not to do the last yarn, so I just went on ahead and followed the pattern, and started with this thinner yarn, and go from there. Could, I'm thinking my brain is going do 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 do, just a wee bit. Kind of maybe thinking of making some to match the butterfly tops. Alrighty then, fantastic. That has been this live stream's captain vlog, and extra reading recommendations, and much, much more. TTFN.